Hello my little worms, I'm Dei, and welcome back to Dei Completes Arknights, episode 3. The series in which I finally, after so many years of playing this game, try to actually do some amount of progress in the main story of Arknights, one level at a time. And the level we are tackling today is 7-6, Forgotten Lands, again for Elite 2 Level 1, as they always probably will be around this section. We've encountered guerrilla messengers on our way to the central area of the core city. They employ a unique method of communication and commanding, and we may perhaps be able to draw some inspiration from fighting against them. Oh ho ho. And yeah, that tutorial level was tutorializing a certain type of the guerrilla enemies, and I'm like, I've fought this unit hundreds of times. I really don't need a tutorial on this. And now it's time for us to push start. Alright. This is the same team that I think I used in the last episode, so it should probably be fine. Maybe. I don't know. I'm still unsure about having Mostima sitting in, like, my current squad. But I'm sure it'll be fine. Need to get her trust up anyway. Mission start. And we're starting off with story, and not level this time. Chernobog Underground Base. 10:30 a.m. in the Big Brother house. Every single time I see just a time like that out of like context, my brain always does that. I'm like, I've never watched any Big Brother. Why do I? Let's not question it. Were you waiting for me here? Yes. Ah, well, good to know, Captain. It took me a long time to find you. We'll begin the operation after we finish collecting all the environmental information. Before that, it'll benefit you to hear exactly what's going on inside Chernobog's core city. Oh ho ho. Amia's a bit tied up on the scene, so she won't be able to join this discussion. Well, that's disappointing. You've already read the information in the mission briefing, but that kind of information is not good enough for a mind like yours. Is that saying my mind is stupid or my mind is smart? I'm unsure if I'm being complimented or offended here. I'm assuming complimented. I'm glad you see me as more than a simple battlefield commander. Sure. You might not remember, but I do. I remember you had quite a talent for heating up rations by pouring boiling water directly into your mouth at 4 in the morning. Interesting that I had a talent for doing that in particular. Thank you. If you don't believe me, you can try for yourself. Understood. I will wait for 4 in the morning. But skip the chatter. We don't have much time. Oh no, we don't have much time. Time is running out. We need to talk faster. Rozan and the LGD work together to take down the reunion and neutral... Okay, no, I'm not gonna do that. Rozan and the LGD work together to take down Reunion and neutralize the forces controlled by Mephisto and Ground Slayer. After that, Reunion's deployments in Lungman fell apart completely. Amia reported to me that you had a difficult fight with a Frost Nova. Yes, I had a very difficult fight of the vocal variety. Why did I pick such a horrible voice for all those hours? An infected serving Reunion as leader of a special squad at the bottom of Lungmen. The battle ended in your victory. Yes, because I'm still here. I wouldn't call that a victory. Yeah, me neither. Even I technically just did, but still. I understand. According to the data from PRTS, you had the cooperation of our operators when you brought the enemy's body back to Rhodes Island for treatment. I don't consider her an enemy. Me neither. I quite liked Frostnova. She was interesting. Dr. Dei, distinguish your friends from your foes. I don't know, because like a lot of the people that are the enemy forces, I can also get as my operators and use them in combat. I've fought against Mudrock several times, and they are one of my most useful units. So I don't know how to distinguish my friends from foes anymore. No, you might get the wrong idea, but you must hear me out. Question mark? I am not trying to blame you, Dr. Dei. Well, thank you. Amia told me what happened between you and the enemy commander. Only those who were there at the time had the information to decide what to do. I don't have the right to overreach and criticize your judgment. Thank you. You tried to understand the motives of that infected. You were willing to bear the consequences for the things she, Frostnova, did. Yes, that is what you did. Yes. If you plan to use this method to make sense of the suffering in this world, I have no reason to blame you. I am even willing to vouch for you before the operators of Rhodes Island. Dr. Dei, make your own decisions, and I will try not to interfere. Thank you. I will do that. I will make my own decisions. through the very limited lens that I can actually make decisions, especially in the dialogue treaties, where I can typically only have sometimes only one option, other times 3. After that, I will determine the part of the responsibility that belongs to Rose Island. Your powers and responsibilities complement one another. Distinguish your enemies from your friends. Those are your words, not mine. Are they? I mean, I did just say those words. Thank you. Whispers. If you really want to breathe as one. Okay then. You're actually siding with me? I never said that. More accurately, Frostnova and her Yeti squad were a guerrilla team of elite infected. Right now, there are still 2 elite forces that Reunion is still able to mobilize. These guerrilla warriors are the first. The second is the Sarkaz mercenary W and her team of cell swords. Ah yes, W with her horrible explosives that have caused me many a problem in the past. According to my intel, W used some underhanded tactics to seize leadership of the Sarkaz mercenaries, working with the Reunion. We don't have time to go over what should be common historical knowledge, but let me say this frankly. Sarkaz mercenaries are unreliable, a problem W faces just as much as Reunion. Oh no, they're unreliable. Sarkaz mercenaries are unlike normal agency mercenaries. They are the overflowing military might of Kazdel, spilling out across the land. Trying to control them is an act of folly. It will only anger the forces backing them. You seem to have a pretty deep understanding of the Sarkaz. I haven't even gotten to the important part. Is it how sarcastic they are? I'll leave. The point is, the infected guerrillas of Yeti Squad are completely different from the Sarkaz mercenaries. There are no similarities between them in terms of their form, organization, behavior, or creed. Before joining Reunion's ranks, they were an independent guerrilla force of infected, and their prestige was even greater among certain groups of infected than that of Reunion. And before they formed this guerrilla force, they used to be a part of the mighty Ursus military. The guerrillas of the northwestern tundra? I'm not sure where you learned that piece of information, Doctor. Nor do I. Where did I learn this piece of information? Hey, me, can you tell me? But I color me in breast. Should it be but color me in breast, not I color me in breast? But sure. Though that piece of information itself is fairly basic, I am relieved that you're able to proactively gather intel on your own. I just don't actually remember the intel. Yeah. You just hand attack that bit onto the end. I only give what you deserve. Ooh, savage. We've arrived at the foundations of the industrial sector at Chernobog's core city. Next, we'll lead 3 teams through the complex underground passages, take the sewer pipes into the industrial layer, and come up in the heart of the core city. Be aware that any enemies you see patrolling these areas are not the ordinary Reunion thugs you're used to fighting. We will meet rigorously trained soldiers, trained in the tactics of Ursus's own army by the guerrillas. Our recon operators discovered that communication networks have been forcefully cut off within the core city. Rather, it seems that Reunion didn't even try to maintain these channels. This is a severe constraint upon modern-day squads, who rely the most common modes of communication. I missed a word there. Rely on the most common modes of communication. I was a little confused for a second. I'm like, I probably missed a letter. Letter? Word. Stupid day. What this means is Reunion either already has some special way of communicating, or they simply aren't prepared to fight. It's clearly the first one. They're always prepared to fight. Based on what we saw in Chernobog a month ago, don't expect that second scenario. However, if communication is cut off, the lower-ranking Reunion members won't receive direct commands. Helpful. Most of the time, expect them to act independently. I fear they won't know signals they cannot receive. A signal that only countries and city-states can distinguish, one that marks the territory of Ursus. A terrible storm is brewing within the city. Chaos, whether caused accidentally or deliberately, will permeate everywhere like thick smoke. They're a step ahead of me, and the seeds of ruin have already been sown. What's your conclusion? Conflict is brewing within Reunion. How are you so sure? I've seen the same thing unfold countless of times across this land. Is there something you're not telling me? I'm assuming there's a lot of things you're not telling me. I've said pretty much everything I needed to say. As for the rest, we'll cross those bridges when we get to them, and we'll burn those bridges. Even if we're still just preparing for war, efficiency still matters. Please help me notify the members of Team R4 Doctor, have them take these devices. Hold on. Is there a problem? Don't these belong to Rosmontus? Yes. You seem to know more about Rosmontus than the conversation you had in the bioprocessing unit indicated. I know very little about Rosmontus. My character perhaps slightly more. I saw her getting ready to fight. Never expected she'd have the power to use a device like this. Every elite operator has a considerable amount of strength. We expect them to take charge. So, you haven't had the time to understand how Rosmontus fights. Yeah, I don't really know exactly how they fight. But just to get this out of the way, there are some things they should not be shouldering alone. As a field commander, a necessary part of your job is to help relieve the pressure on these operators. In this upcoming battle, you may make some shocking discoveries. Huh? Very few people aren't shocked after watching Rosmontus fight. Interesting. Make sure you're ready for it. I'm always ready. Ready for what? Oh no, I'm not prepared. I'm not ready. I lied. I'm not ready. Dr. Dei, you're here. Yes, I am. Rhodes Island operator. We intercepted an enemy patrol squad, steadily handling the situation. Has the fighting started already? Doctor, your position there is kind of risky. I think you'll probably want to move. I just got here. Right. There. Behind you. Doctor, it's really dangerous to stand next to her. Ooh. Enemy. What do you mean? Rosmontus? Hi, Rosmontus. Enemy. Yes. Doctor, those are the ones who killed my family. Enemies! Okay. Where did this rage come from? Probably from, the anger of them murdering families. Doctor, step aside. Get out of the way. I'm not like Amia. Amia's art can go around her friends to strike her enemies, but not me. I can't. So don't stand between me and my fight. Will do. Moving out of the way. Yeah! That girl, the one carrying that box. What's going on? What's wrong with my eyes? I can't see anything. My eyes, my face. It hurts. It hurts. Something's crushing my head. Well, this sounds fun. No. It's been a long time since I've crushed anyone to death. Those swords. Those swords. Rosmontus? Reunion. I don't want you in my memories. Any of you. Interesting. Very interesting. And now I assume we're going on to the level itself. Let us see how this goes. Okay, so we have 3 positions they can potentially try to attack through. Ooh, that's not great. So we don't have a double spot to put people. I can put someone up here. That's probably the best plan. But for now, I'm gonna put you there. That's probably the best thing. It depends if they're gonna send another unit right here. I'll put Myrtle down for now. But it could end up being a little problematic since I won't be able to use her ability if she needs to block something. Okay, wait for those to get close. Activate your ability. Thank you, Texas. Alright, so we've now got enough. What do I want to do? I think putting you here... Do I want to face down or forward? Well, you'll block everyone who hits there, and then perhaps you can assist with the next one if I put you down? Yes, I'll point you downwards. I'm concerned that I've made a mistake, but we shall find out momentarily. Now, I wonder what's going to come through this one, up this route towards the thing. Possibly something. Alright. I now want to put down someone else. Perhaps you would be best, and I'll face you forward. Alright. Now we can pretty safely... Oop, they're coming up through there. We can pretty safely do that. So there's where the heralds are coming in. Alright, so we should probably take those out quickly. I'm thinking maybe we do this. Because then Exia can just take them out as they come out, assuming they all spawn from that spot. They might not, but who knows. I'm now going to put Mudrock back here as just an extra layer of protection. So in case I accidentally forget to put something up there and something is about to run through, Mudrock will handle it. And now I'm just going to focus my attention on the front. Alright, we don't have any healers currently down, so I'm thinking you, because you've got the extra range up there, but you can't heal everyone at once. I do have that, so yeah, that will work because of that single extra one I got from the module. Alright, I'll use that then, so that we can heal all 3 of them, or herself, if necessary. Alright, so 30 more enemies, we have 1 unit left. Do I want to save the one unit for a Panic Surtur just in case? I mean, I can always get rid of Myrtle in that situation. It'll just take slightly longer. So, what would be best to place down? I don't think anyone from here is going to be super effective at that spot. Because I can just hit that spot as they come in, but it won't be that effective with Dusk. Dusk really needs to be hitting like an empty spot so that Dusk can spawn their, whatever they're called. I can't even remember. Does it say anywhere here? Freelings, yes, Freelings. I'll activate your ability now, just for the hell of it, really. I don't really use a lot of her ability. It's not that useful. It's just a attack up. It's not like something that's got like a really nice effect to it. Like an attack up, of course, is helpful. There's no reason why it wouldn't be helpful, but I do like things that do other stuff, like range increases, stuns, stuff like that. So I end up forgetting to actually use her attack all that often. All right, so we've got something coming down through here. It is another one of those. I thought it might be. I definitely thought it might be. Oh, we've got multiple coming in. I think it might be in my best interest to just take these out as quick as possible using you. You probably won't need your ability activated. Because if I activate the ability, they're guaranteed going to die, and I don't necessarily want that to happen. So getting them out of the way while keeping you there so I can use you in future without having to worry about them being, you know, sitting there waiting for their redeploy time, which would be a little annoying just in case something goes wrong. So you should be able to protect that position decently well. I'm going to get rid of you and replace you with Lapland as an extra layer of precaution. Since we don't currently need the DP generation, that will get us basically up to full anyway. There's not many enemies left, only 10. They mostly seem like they're going to be coming through the front. Are those coming in now? They are. I'll activate your ability now. I'll also place this down here to distract their fire, hopefully, off of them. Only a couple left. We can probably activate this. It's got a pretty long time on it. Alright. This should be done in a few seconds. 3 enemies left. That's 1. That's 2. And final enemy, please. 1 attack. 2 attacks. 3 attacks. And we are done. Mission accomplished. And now, more story, as I very much did assume it was going to be. Bloodied. Torn. Pierced. This isn't right. What isn't right? What we did to the enemies? Us. Enemies. People. Wailing, screaming, groaning. Thank you for all these terms. I mean, I'm perfectly okay with them, like, butchering the enemies. I'm just gonna do dots with some exclamation mark at it. More dots. You have a question. Ask. Doctor, is this your first time seeing Rosmontas fight? Presumably, yes. I know it's hard to watch, but I'll handle it. You go tend to the wounded enemies who can't fight anymore. Also, among them are communications personnel relaying orders and intelligence. If they're allowed to escape, it puts our whole operation at risk. Roger. How old is she? 14. And you're letting her butcher people? Interesting. People, please, let me through. What happened here? I just finished handling the... Doctor? What? Doctor, did you just call me? Who sent you out to fight? Who sent you here? Doctor? I don't actually have complaints about this, honestly. We need all the help we can get. You should not have to suffer through this. Why would they let you do this? This isn't right, I guess. I did. What are you talking about? Why is so much dialogue from me? It's unusual. I did. I chose to fight. I want to fight. And I'm willing to let you. But my character is not, apparently. Kind of annoying, though. There are some feelings I can only experience on the battlefield. Protecting my friends and family is the only way I can feel complete. Rhodes Island needs me. The world is calling my name to prevent more people like me from coming into it. Still, though, you can't. You can't. Does death care that I am a child? Presumably not. Would war or disease spare someone because they are a child? No. No, it would not. When Amia or I stand on the battlefield, who looks at us and thinks children? I don't know. Presumably definitely not the enemies. They probably think, oh god, monster, abomination, why? Oh please, oh god, why? I guess from my perspective, I think, cute. We're monsters. Hey, there we go. It's exactly what I said. Aren't we, Doctor? But so am I. No, you're not monsters. No, Doctor. No, Dr. Dei. It doesn't matter what I am. I just want to make a difference with my family. Do you know Scout? No. What? Do you know Ace? Yes, apparently. It's already been a few days since I watched any of their materials. I've forgotten a lot. But I only forgot. I'm not like you, Doctor, who threw away everything. Ouch. Rosmontus. No, I didn't mean that, but you get it, Amia. I get it, but just don't say it like that. Fine. I've lost bits and pieces of things. Lots of pictures and words. Those feelings. Feelings I can't say. Only Amia can understand. But they never truly left me. Doctor, I feel like you're complicated. Yes, even more complicated than they say. They say I'm complicated too. Some of them are scared of me. Some of them say I shouldn't be like this. But they don't know why I'm like this. They don't know what I've been through. Why does my heart suddenly ache? Why do I want to cry, now of all times, even though I can't remember anything? Why are my eyes still sore? Why are my lips dry? Who left a stain in the corridor, and why hasn't it been cleaned? Why do I feel worried when I break a vase, but also strangely happy? Why do I feel disgust from looking at flowers, but wonder from looking at bugs? What happened during all that time I can no longer remember? Why do these emotions keep welling up within me? Every operator I feel has their own unique differences. And when I lose them, those feelings also disappear. But why? Why do we even have emotions? Why do my tears keep flowing even when I can't even feel anymore? Didn't I already forget everything? Rosmontus never wanted me to take her feelings away. These sudden surges of emotions belong to her. No matter what they are. They belong only to Rosmontus. I can't interfere with them. As long as Rosmontus still has hope somewhere inside her, I won't do that. Because it's up to her to choose what to do. She can also choose to forget. To truly forget. What happened to Rosmontus? Dr. Dei. Rhodes Island has a strict screening process for our operators. Many of them apply for combat roles, and we reject most of those. We look at lots of different metrics to decide if an operator is fit for combat. Combat ability, tactical aptitude, discipline, and physical fitness are all important parameters, but that barely scratches the surface. People often have difficulty trusting one another when they're on an actual mission. Rosmontus is here because she trusts in our orders and objectives, and we trust in her abilities and judgment. Please believe in me, Doctor. No. Believe in us. You'll slowly begin to see the colors of her emotions. Doctor, thank you for fighting alongside Blaze. Thank you. I do that. I do that a lot. You don't have to thank me. Blaze needs more people fighting alongside her, and I want to see her smile. Same. Blaze is very useful. I like her. I want to see you too. I want to see the one Ace and Scout always talked about. But who is Ace and Scout? Can someone tell me who Ace and Scout was? Are these people I should know? I don't know. I don't know if it's someone I should know. But maybe. Probably. Potentially. Here you are. You found me this time. She uses heavy machinery to quickly and effectively destroy the enemy, while at the same time exhibiting astonishingly self-control and adaptiveness. Rosmontus is one of Rhodes Island's greatest annihilation specialists. Fun! As such, the way she treats people and the way she speaks may worry you. The way she fights and its contrast with her appearance is indeed very cruel. Blaze running around with her chainsaw may be easy to accept, but the destruction of when Rosmontus takes the field is much harder to stomach. If it will help you sleep at night, I can make you a promise, if it will help at all. Rosmontus almost never kills. Though her tactics seem to singularly aim for that outcome, she actually focuses on disabling the enemy's combat abilities. So she massively injures people, but doesn't actually finish them off. Isn't that more cruel in some ways? Take the last battle, for example. All the enemies were disarmed. Like, literally, like, arms, like, cut off, or we're just talking, like, weapons removed? And not a single one died to Rosmontus's attacks. She also has much more control over her weapons than she once did. Of course, whether or not we can keep the prisoners alive depends entirely on our ability to destroy Reunion's leadership. Only then will we be able to send rescue teams into the core city. But sometimes we must use lethal force in order to accomplish our goals. Some loss of life is inevitable. You still look disturbed. Is this all beyond your ability to accept? I mean, I can accept that, but apparently I can't accept this, so dots, I guess. You may not be able to accept the truth either. Her terrifying Orignium arts and incredible perception are not the only reasons why Rosmontis is an elite operator. Rosmontis demonstrates these qualities because she became an elite operator. We made our judgment not on whether to send her to battle, but how disastrous the consequences might be if we didn't let her become a fighter like this. What kind of consequences? Worst case scenario, her arts leak out from her body and push her to kill, subconsciously or otherwise. Humans killing each other has become the normal state of things. Even so, most people still hold their weapons and staves themselves. Whether or not someone who has lost her sense of self can still be called a person is another topic I'm not interested in discussing. But humanity grapples with the extent and manifestation of this problem. When you deprive a human being of her sentience, what is left? What is created? When that creation deprives us of our lives, who's at fault? The one who created the weapon? The one who used the weapon? Or the one we treat as a weapon? Who is at fault? The person who created the weapon, the one who used the weapon, or the one we treat as a weapon? All of the above, possibly. I don't know. Because the person who created the weapon does share some faults. You couldn't do anything with the weapon if the weapon didn't exist. The person who used the weapon is probably at most fault because they did, use the weapon. But the person we treat as a weapon, I guess also still, so I think it's all of the above, technically. I'd probably put it the one, used the weapon is the one I'd place at the most blame. Maybe the one that we treat as a weapon is the least blame, and then, the other one, middle? But I'll figure it out myself. As we move on to the next battle, I may be able to teach you more. Good to know. I like your lectures. By the way, on the issue of her age, Amia puts on an air of maturity that may have you fooled. Maybe, maybe not. A young creature known as a deadly weapon won't be seen as an ordinary child just because she looks young. Yes, not to mention all that they've been through. Take what you need. It's time to head to the surface. What about Amia? Is she a weapon too? I mean, probably. One would assume. You can ask her yourself. This is something you should hear from her. I'm gonna assume yes. Probably. Seems very likely. Ooh, we're going for another flashback sequence. Calcit, stop right there. Warfarin, I was just leaving. Whatever it is, make it quick. You know the prophecy, don't you? Yes, there's nothing you don't know. Prophecy? Is that not why you allowed Amia to go? Amia is the commander of this operation, as well as the one who suggested it. But as young as Amia is, how can she command? Warfarin, how long has it been since we left Kazdel? Be precise, or I'm leaving. 2 months? Warfarin, stop joking around. I know what you mean. She's grown up. Yes, Warfarin. Time flies. Age progression in, cortosis? I don't know. And vampires is radically different. It has been 3 years since we left Kazdel. It may feel like a short time for you, but Amia has matured a lot. Answer my first question. The prophecy. The last Wendigo will die at the hands of the Lord of Fiends. Oh, that is an interesting prophecy. Correct. I'm familiar with that guerrilla group and their leader. I'm certain it's him. The original phrasing of the prophecy was, the son of Tekers? I don't know how to say that. Traitor to Sarkaz and disreputable end of the bloodline will be executed by the Lord of Sarkaz. Aha. Some prophecy. Whether or not there's any extension of their bloodline, there are still many Wendigos living their lives in Columbia and Ursus. That is, if a few dozen can be called many. And considering the context of the time, you should view it as a threat. Many people did not want to see the Wendigos leave Kazdel. It wasn't either of us who said it, and since you still remember it, you must have found it important, no? Are you getting old? Since when do you believe in prophecies and Sarkaz witchcraft? Old? Me? I contracted oropathy. Death is always here with me, waiting for the right time to strike. Warfarin, my life is no doubt much shorter than you think. Hey! Must we be so morbid? I'm not your little girl closure. I won't let you keep skirting the topic. The issue you raised is quite morbid. Never mind. Hear me, Calcit. The others may not say as much to you, but I will. He is one of the very few left among us. I am no bleeding heart, no goodly busybody. But we are Sarkaz. I am a vampire, and the old man is a Wendigo. But we are the same. This world is a tough place for Sarkaz. I hope he can return to Kazdel if possible, or come with us. I'm not Wafarin. I'm not Sarkaz. So you refuse? No. I'll do what I can. Even I remember him, Wafarin. Your promise is stronger than anything. Don't get your hopes up that this will be easy. But this time, you'll be there. As long as Dr. Kaltzit makes her best effort, I'll accept the outcome. Maybe you haven't heard, but the proposal came too late. Some things have already unfolded, and rather unfortunately. Some time ago, an infected clinic in Chernobog called Azazel traded information with us. I learned some more information about the Wendigo in Reunion service. What's more, and you should know this well, anyone who stands against the most brutal blades in Ursus will soon learn whether it tastes of salt or rust. Nobody should knowingly place our operators in danger. Some patients' days are numbered, but that number depends on the doctor treating them. It's all up to us. It's all up to us. And I told you before, you may have forgotten. I won't discipline you for it, but I may do something to put an end to it once and for all. You are not to say I'm frightened, Warfarin. We've been over this. Do not, under any circumstances, even at Rhodes Island, speak of the Lord of the Fiends. Ever. Okay then. Who is this Lord of the Fiend? I'm very curious. Wait. All hands, at ease. Rosmontes, am I getting this right? Yes, I felt it too. Dr. Dei, something unexpected here. What is it? I'm not totally sure, but the core city might be slowing down? Huh. I wonder why it's slowing down. I guess we'll find out in the next one. Well, that was definitely a very interesting story level there. I do wonder why it was slowing down. We'll have to find out next week in that episode. But God, my throat. That was so much reading. Ah, the pain. Why is there to be so much dialogue? Anyway, if you liked the video, be sure to leave a like, and why not subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and ring that notification bell. It does something, and I still don't know what. And follow me on Twitter for updates and to see my thumbnails in a larger size, as well as announcements of streams, whenever those happen. And I'll be seeing you guys in the next level of Arknights, which seems like it doesn't have any gameplay on that level. It's just story, so it's going to be all reading. Great. Anyway, goodbye everybody, and roll the outro.
I gave that bastard what he deserved. A funeral. Fit for a king.